Welcome to my channel. And if today is your first time of joining me in this channel, please do subscribe. This channel is all about motivation. I will just be reading some books that I found interesting in any way that it will motivate any one of us. So we're still on this book, and we're still on this book. Change your thinking, change your life. And if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you wherever you are. And I hope you do have fun. And thank you one more time for joining me as we dive in. Right now, we're on chapter 4. We'll be starting chapter 4 today. And I hope I'll be able to finish the chapter 4 today and tomorrow. And thank you for watching. We're starting the chapter 4 today. And chapter 4, decide to become rich. Decide to become rich. Your future lies more in your ability to apply your mind and intelligence to your work and your life than it does in your current job or situation. Because health, wealth, and happiness are essentially mental, there are very few limits on how much of them you can acquire for yourself. In this chapter and in the subsequent chapters, you will learn more of the simple, practical, proven method, techniques, and strategy used by high-achieving men and women in every field to accomplish far more than they imagine, or the people around them ever think possible. Far more they can imagine, or the people around them ever think it's possible that they could achieve such success within a short period of time. Three major forces: information and knowledge explosion, technological advance, and the third one, thriving competition. Fully 90% of all the thinkers, inventors, engineers, scientists, writers, entrepreneurs, and creators of all kinds who ever existed are living and working today. Technological advances. The explosion in technology and high-speed computers is literally breathtaking. Today, you can email a message around the world to dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of people simultaneously in a matter of seconds, and it costs just pennies to do that. You see how fast the world is growing. That is technology advancement. Thriving competition. The third major factor driving our lives is competition. Every business organizations want to guarantee sales and make profit, locally, nationally, and internationally, if possible. To survive and thrive, each person and business must be continually seeking fast, better, new, cheaper, easier ways to deliver value to their customers. Change creates opportunities. Change creates opportunities. Fully 80% of the product and services that you will be using for 5 years from now will be brand new or completely transformed from today. Probably 80% of the jobs being done in 5 years from now will be new jobs and jobs that have been completely transformed by the onrush of information, technology, and competition. And the good news is that every single change that takes place opens up more opportunities and possibilities for you to achieve your goals and make greater progress faster than ever before. The only decision you have to make is whether you are going to be a master of change or a victim of change. Are you going to be a creator of circumstances or a creature of circumstances? Are you going to ride the wave and stay ahead of the curve of change? Or are you going to be blow led over by it and left in its wakes. It will be one of the other. But the importance of change will be forced upon you, whatever you do. The importance of change will be forced upon you, whatever you do. The importance of change will be forced upon you. Learn from the experts. Learn from the experts. If you want to learn how to cook, you study cooking. If you want to become a lawyer, you study law. If you want to be an engineer or an architect, you study engineering or architecture. And if you want to be financially successful, you study others who have become financially successful before you. You find out what they did and you do the same thing over and over until you get the same results or even better results. Making money is a skill like riding a bicycle or operating a computer. Because it's a skill, it is therefore learnable by anyone who wants to acquire wealth. If in the past you have accepted the false idea that you cannot make or keep all the money you want, it is now time for you to get rid of that idea. It is a false belief. It is time for you to decide to become financially independent. It is time for you to decide to become financially independent. The great law. The great law. The law says, for every effect in your life, there is a specific cause. It says that everything happened for a reason. Success is not an accident. Failure is not an accident. Neither. What happens to you is not determined by luck or by coincidence. It is the result of changing law. My journey from unemployment and poverty to success and financial independence started when I began to study the most successful people in our society. I will find out what they have done to accomplish so much, and then I do the same things. Why reinvent the wheel? What I discovered changed my life, and it will change your life also. Millions of millionaires. Millions of millionaires. When I began my reading and research in the 1960s, there were 700,000 millionaires in the United States, mostly self-made. Having started with nothing, by 1980, according to the IRS, there were 1.8 million families or individuals with a net worth of $1 million. More than $1 million. Today, there are more than 5 million millionaires, an increase of 277% in 22 years. And most of them are self-made as well. These are men and women who started with little or nothing, often broke or deeply in debt, and who gradually accumulate enough money to become financially independent. Self-made millionaires. Self-made millionaires comes from every walk of life, with every level of education and skill, with every difficult obstacles, handicap to overcome what you could ever dream of. Some are young, some are old, some are new immigrants, who arrived in America unable to speak English, and some are from families that have been in America for generations. Some have excellent educations from the finest universities, and some are high schools dropouts. Some have superb physical health, and others are in wheelchair, hard of hearing, blind, or have other physical limitation. The most important thing to remember is that no matter what the difficulty you have, no matter what problem you feel are holding you back, someone else and probably thousands of other people have had far greater obstacles to overcome that you could possibly dream of. And they have gone on to become successful. Nevertheless, and what others have done, you can do as well. Nonetheless, what others have done, you can do better. Exhaustive research. Exhaustive research. Dr. Thomas Stanley of the University of Georgia spent more than 30 years studying self-made millionaires. He interviewed thousands of them and compiled his findings into a variety of books, research studies, and reports, including two best-selling books. The Millionaire Next Door and The Millionaire Mind. The Millionaire Next Door and The Millionaire Mind. Start where you are. Start where you are. It doesn't matter where you are right now. You can start something wherever you are. What are you waiting for? You're waiting to achieve everything. You're waiting to have millions before you can start investing. Start today and start where you are. According to Brian Tracy, when I began studying self-made millionaires, I was living in a rented apartment with a rented furniture. I had a used car that was not paid for, and I was deeply in debt. I was between jobs and living off credit cards. The first thing I found was that self-made millionaires did things differently from average people, and I was tired of being average. I therefore decided to stop doing what I was doing, which wasn't working, and to start doing what they were doing. My life has never been the same since this decision. That is Brian Tracy. It wasn't easy to change my thinking about money and my financial future, but eventually this effort began to pay off, like a large ocean liner changing direction. 1 degree at a time, my habit began to change. Within 5 years, I was out of debt, making good money. In another 5 years, I passed the $1 million mark. When I look back and see that it was no miracle, what I really did was to learn what other successful people had done before me and then do the same things until I get the same results. That is according to Brian Tracy. So if you follow the step of the winners, you are definitely going to be a winner. If you follow the step of a loser, you're going to become a loser. So what's your motivation? Get rid of the myths. Get rid of the myths. There are great many myths about self-made millionaires. If you want to become a self-made millionaire yourself, you must dispel these myths from your own mind. Remember, as Josh Billings once said, it is not what a man knows that hurts him. It is what he knows that isn't true. It is what he knows that isn't true. Many people have fixed ideas or beliefs about themselves and money that are holding them back. These ideas may be completely untrue, but they will cut off their chances of success. Their chances of success, nonetheless. You must get over them. To achieve something you have never achieved before, you will have to think in ways that you have never thought before. One myth is that you have to have a great education to become rich. Another myth is that you have to start off with a lot of money. Some people are convinced that financial success depends on getting a luck break of some kind, like picking a hot stock in the stock market. None of these myths are true. In fact, a survey of members of the Forbes 400, the 400 richest men and women in the United States, finds that high school dropouts in the group who made it to the list were worth over average of 300 million than university graduates on the lists. Thank you for watching me, and please do subscribe, and please do join me tomorrow. Every day I'll try and be posting something. I'll be posting for the next 365 days. And that is my own challenge. That is the challenge I've given myself for this year. It's just a way for me to break through. The time I spent doing this, it's better off than me having a negative thoughts. So, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. And also, if there's anything you want to talk about, leave that in the comments. If there's anything I'm not doing right, leave that in the comments. I'm not a fast reader, I know. Leave that in the comments. And please don't drink and drive. Stay safe. Suicide is not an option. No matter what you're going through in life, suicide is never an option. You can make it through. Stay positive. Thank you.